My name is Wendy. I'm 57 years old and I live in Brisbane, Queensland. I have a wonderful husband and 3 adult children, only one living with me. And I'm currently a parish secretary at Marika Salisbury Church. But it's been a very interesting and strange journey to get to where I am now. I started my life as a Catholic. I was baptised, had a communion at 10, had my confirmation at 16. At that time, I really wanted to devote my life to God, which I thought I was doing at 18 when I joined a type of new religion some might call a cult. And I was enmeshed in that complete life for over a decade, maybe 12 years, left family, home, everything for that. And I even was given a husband in that religion. And at some point, we both left. I was divorced, single mother, and my spiritual search picked up again. I was wary of religion, wary after my experience, wary of control, wary of being taught the wrong thing, led down the garden path. So I was drawn to New Age and Eastern philosophies, where there was a lot of focus on freedom and the self. Now, I did gain a lot out of that experience, but there was always something in me niggling that God wasn't being honoured enough. And I still believed in that personal God and longed for that relationship and with Jesus. I actually thought I still believed in Jesus. I did. I would call myself a spiritual Christian, or I'd call myself a bubble and squeak Christian, meaning a bit of this and a bit of that. And then I found myself spending 4 years in Protestant churches. When I met some new friends, we really broke open the Bible. And I found that so exciting at the time. I was able to unravel some of the ideas that I developed over the years. And I kept some things and I threw out a lot. I married again to an Anglican man, and he preferred a more traditional church to the one I was going to. So we decided to seek out a traditional church, and we found ourselves in a Catholic mass just before COVID hit. This experience for me was the start of a whole new adventure that overshadowed everything in the past. I felt so excited when I walked in, which I couldn't explain. I felt a sense of familiarity. I went up to communion, and walking up the aisle, I just felt this growing excitement. I did not know why. I'd had communion at other churches, but I was very excited. And as I took the communion, I sat down, I got on my knees, I just felt joy, pins and needles in my body, and tears flowing. I sat back, and in some ways I felt a bit shocked. I didn't quite understand what was going on. And then I felt this overwhelming feeling, more than a feeling, it was words in my head saying, "You're home." I knew I was home. After that, I felt this hunger to discover Catholicism, which I realised was my faith, my childhood faith. It's like I was searching for what had been lost. And so I Googled and I found the Catholic Inquiry Centre, and I started an engagement with emails there, and they sent me a book called Call and Response. I'm doing a sales pitch, but I just absolutely loved it. It's full of my copy. I've given away some. My original copy, it's full of lines everywhere. I just devoured it. And I was just discovering, my gosh, this was what I was born into. And then I was really eager to know, well, would I actually be regarded as Catholic, or would I have to restart again? I found out that I was regarded as Catholic because I'd gone through the sacraments. I started to understand what reconciliation is, and I longed to have reconciliation. And then out of the blue, when we were house sitting, I came to know a retired bishop at this countryside mass, and I thought, he's the one. So I went up to him afterwards, told him my journey, almost gave him all my sins on a platter. I've done this, and this, but I want reconciliation. And he said, let's do it right now. He said, I feel God has already forgiven you, but you just need reassurance. So he just sat down with me, and we went through a simple ceremony, and for me, it was a huge turning point. I felt like the old Wendy was literally crumbling around my feet, and I was stepping out with Jesus. So after that, I began reading even more. I just kept devouring more things. There's another one called More, The Call of the Baptised, and that was by the Evangelisation in Brisbane. And in that, I learned more about what the baptism was. And the biggest thing that stood out for me, given my fear of religion, is that I never felt God or anyone pushing me to go a certain way. I feel like even the first, I went to some Catholic prayer meetings, and I've been to a retreat. Now, on the retreat, I was surprised that I was given the freedom to choose not to go to events there if I didn't want to, if I just wanted to walk around. That struck me after being in a very controlling religion where you weren't allowed to do such things. You couldn't have your own individual thoughts or way to go. So what I found in Catholicism coming back is this free invitation. As you can see, my journey has been quite a bumpy road, a long winding road, but a big part of that searching is now over, because I truly feel I'm home, and now it's just about going deeper into my faith.